So welcome in the second class. So in this kind of lesson, we are going to discuss about the solving of linear equations. So I'm going to give you some examples whereby you are going to solve this kind of linear equation. We are going to be given an example like this: x minus 5 is equals to 2. So x minus 5 is equals to 2. So how can you be able to solve this kind of linear equation? So they want you to find the value of x, find the value of x in this kind of particular equation. So how do we find the value of x? It's that simple. What you are going to do in terms of finding the value of x, this is what you are going to do here. We are going to have x is equals to, remember this is x minus 5 is equals to 2. So it's going to be x is equals to 2 whenever a negative is going to cross the equal sign is going to be a positive. The moment this negative 5 is going to cross over this kind of equal sign here, it's going to be a positive. So it's going to be x is equals to 2 plus 5. That way. So the answer of x is going to be x is equals to 2 plus 5, which is actually 7. That way. So whenever a negative crosses an equal sign, it becomes a positive. Whenever a positive crosses an equal sign, it's going to be a negative. For example, you can be given a equation like this: x plus 5 is equals to 10. X plus 5 is equals to 10. So if you want to find the value of x, it's going to be x is equals to 10, because this is positive 5. So the moment positive 5 is going to cross over this kind of particular equal sign, it's going to be a negative. So it will be 10 minus 5, because here it was a positive. The moment a positive crosses an equal sign, it's going to be a negative now. And if it was a negative, it will be a positive that way. So your x will be equal to 5. That way, 10 minus 5 is actually 5. So those are that's how you solve this kind of a linear equation, which it has one variable. You can be able to that you want to find the value of that x. At times we are going to have simultaneous equations which we will actually be able to solve later. So this is our example, the first two examples. You can move to the next and have a equation like this: 3x is equals to 24. How can we be able to find the value of x in this kind of particular equation? How can you be able to find the value of x? 3x is equals to 24. So we want to find the value of x. This one is actually very simple. What we usually do, but we are going to divide by 3 on this kind of side and also by 3 both sides. We are going to divide by 3 by 3. So it's going to be 3 and 3 will cancel, so that you are going to remain by with x is equals to 24 over 3. So we are going to have here by 3 1 by 3 8, so that your x can actually be 8 that way. You can also go ahead and prove and be able to find if you are going to get the actual answer. So it was 3x is equals to 24, and your x is 8. So you can be able to say if we are going to solve here, we substitute x here is going to be 3 into 8, because x is 8 is equals actually to 24. So at the end of the day, 24 is equals to 24, which proves that x is 8, because they should actually be equal. This side and this side are supposed to be equal. The left hand side and also the right hand side are supposed to be equal. This 24 is to 24. That's how you prove it, but there's no need to prove it once you do the this kind of equation procedurally the way it's supposed to be done. So that's how you do that kind of particular example. Another kind of example, I want us to do as many examples as possible. Another kind of example is this. You have a question like 2 into x plus 4 is equals to 6 into x minus 2. So you have this kind of particular equation. 2 into x plus 4 is equals to 6 into x minus 2. How do we solve this kind of particular equation? We are going to open this kind of particular brackets and then we put the like terms together. And how do we go about it? It's actually very simple. That's how we do it. We are going to open the bracket. So it's going to be 2 times x, which is going to be 2x plus 2 times 4, which is going to be 8. That way is equals to 6 times x, which is going to be 6x minus, because of this are negative, 6 times minus 2 is going to be minus 12 that way. And then you put the like terms together. How do we put the like terms together? Very simple. So it's going to be 2x minus 6x is equals to 2x minus 6x, because this is a positive here. The moment it crosses over this kind of side, it's going to be a negative. So that's the rule that you should always know. So it's going to be, you take 8 towards the other kind of side, because now we remained with minus 12. So it's going to be minus 12 minus 8. Minus 12 minus 8. Because this is a positive. The moment it's going to cross over this kind of equal sign, it's going to become negative. So the answer now here is going to be 2x minus 6x is actually, you're going to get minus 4x is equals to minus 12 minus 8. It's going to be minus 20. That one you can just use the calculator and do that kind of particular equation. So minus 4x is equals to that way. So let us now find the value of x, because we want to find the value of x. So finding the value of x is going to be divide by minus 4, divide by minus 4. And then x will be equal to, so negative and negative will cancel. At the moment you have a negative on the numerator and the denominator, they are going to cancel out. So x is going to be equal to by 4 1 by 4 5. So it's going to be x is going to be 5. That way. So that's how you solve that kind of particular linear equation. So that's how you solve the linear equation. And then we can have another one here. We can have another one, which will be yes, you have this kind of particular equation, 2x minus 3 over 6 is equals to x plus 4 over 2. So how can we be able to find the value of x in this kind of particular kind of equation? This now, we are going to use the LCM. The LCM, that's what we are going to use. Least common multiple, the thing that you learned when you were in class 4. So the LCM of 6 and the 2 is going to be actually 6. So the moment we know the LCM, and the LCM we are going to use the denominators here. We are going to use this kind of denominators. So we are going to multiply both sides by the LCM. And multiplying both sides by LCM is going to be this way. So we are going to multiply by 6 in this kind of particular side. And then we also multiply by 6 in that kind of particular side. So now the moment you multiply by the LCM, 6 and the 6 is going to cancel out. And then we're going to have by 2, 1. By 2 is going to by 2 is going to go there by 3 times. So this one now is going to remain this way. In the first equation here is going to be 2x minus 3 is equals to, because now it remains 1. 1 times 2 is going to be 2x. 1 times negative 3 is going to be minus 3 is equals to 3 times x, which is going to be 3x plus 3 times 4, which is going to be plus 12. That way. So that at the end of the day, now you are going to have 2x, just putting the right terms together, 2x minus 3x. I am putting minus 3x because once this kind of positive, the positive 3 is going to cross over, positive 3x is going to cross over the equal sign, this kind of side, so that we can put the right term together. It's going to be a negative. So it's going to be 2x minus 3x is equals to, remember we remained with 12 in this kind of side, it's going to be 12. And then minus 3, once is going to cross over this kind of equal sign, it's going to become a positive. So it's going to be 12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 that way. So that negative 2x minus 3x is going to be minus x. Minus 2x, I mean positive 2x minus 3x is going to be minus x, is equal to 15. That way. Because 12 plus 3 is actually 15. So the moment you do this, so you divide by a negative, divide by a negative. So negative and negative will cancel, so that your x will be equal to minus 15. So your x is going to be equal to minus 15. So that's how you actually compute this kind of particular linear equation. That's how we usually compute this kind of particular linear equation. Maybe I'll also give you a question so that you just pause the video and then you do it. For example, I can give you a question like this. X plus 5 over 2 plus then 6 plus x over 3 is equals to 7. So x plus 5 over 2 plus 6 plus x over 3 is equals to 7. So I want you to pause the video a little bit and then you try to solve it. Pause the video, then you try to solve it, then you can be able to see we have the answer. So it's going to be this way. The LCM, this is like now over 1, so it will be like 7 over 1. So the LCM of 2 and 3 is actually 6. So what do we do here? We are going to multiply by the LCM every side here. So we are going to multiply by 6. And then we are also going to multiply by 6. And then we are going to multiply by 6, even in this kind of site. So by 2, 1, by 2, 3, and then by 3, 1, by 3, 2. That way. So that you can have 3 times x, which will be 3x, plus 3 times 5, which is going to be plus 15. And then plus 2 times 6 is going to be 12. And then plus 2 times x, which is going to be plus 2x, is equals to 7 times 6, which is going to be 42. It's going to be 42 that way. So let us put the like terms together. It's going to be 3x plus 2x, because there are like terms here, and then plus 15 plus 12 is equals to 42. So that it can be 5x, that is 3x plus 2x is going to be 5x plus, so 15 plus 12, you will get that is 5 plus 2 is 7, 27. So it's going to be plus 27 is equals to 42. So that at the end of the day, it's going to be 5x is equals to 42 minus 27. It's going to be a minus because this is equals to 27. Once it crosses this kind of particular equal sign, it's going to be a negative. So which is going to be, because now we are going to have 42 minus 27, whereby you take the way we used to do, so it will remain 3 here. So you take 1, so 12 minus 7 is going to be 5. And then we'll have 15 there. That is 3 minus 1 minus 2 will be actually 15. So it will be 5x is equals to 15. And then at the end of the day, we just get divided by 5, so that you get the value of x divided by 5, divided by 5. So x is equals to, by 5 1, by 5 3. So x is actually equal to 3. X is equals to 3. So that's how you solve this kind of particular question. So I want you to mark for yourself and then be able to see if you want that kind of particular answer. So the next thing that we will do later is actually the simultaneous equation. So for now, we are going to stop on that those kind of linear equations. So we will do later on. The next video will be on the simultaneous equation and also the equations of a straight line. So thank you. I want you to do more practice on those kind of particular equations on the same, and then we do more and more. So thank you.